Incursions is a massive update to what I feel was 2023's best space game. Everspace 2 then is set to get bigger with the new free patch that just launched. Now the update arrives on the heels of a special moment for developer Rockfish, as the game just won the best German game at the 2024 Deutsche Computerspielpreis, an award for outstanding video games developed in Germany. And yes, I do feel that this is a well-deserved award for a great game. So the Incursions update introduces a bunch of new gameplay features, items and improvements. Central to this update is the introduction of a new endgame activity known as Ancient Incursions. This activity is built directly into the game and is a hoard-style combat challenge that emerges later in the story, where players confront waves of enemies spawned from mysterious beacons, and these appear across multiple star systems. Now, these beacons facilitate the invasion of Ancients from Rift Space, pushing players to engage in intense battles to safeguard the universe. Now, just to be clear here, this isn't a separate game mode, but rather an activity that can be found around the game's galaxy during regular play. Now, as you navigate around the galaxy and the various different star systems, you'll encounter these different challenges. They'll appear in many regular locations that you've probably visited before, and when you arrive there, you'll see these massive beacons. There'll be a number of different ones, sometimes just one, sometimes two, and your goal is to destroy them to prevent the enemies from spawning in. Now, this is a fairly straightforward concept. The beacons are shielded essentially, and the way to break the shield is to defeat the enemies that are surrounding them. They seem to be powering these shields. As soon as you've destroyed enough enemies, and by the way, the enemies will continue to respawn, the shields on the beacon will drop, at which point you can start damaging the beacon. And you need to be quick, because soon enough the shields will replenish and the beacon will be protected again. At any rate, once you've dealt enough damage to the beacon, it will eventually be destroyed. So, what is the purpose for destroying these beacons? Well, safeguarding the universe. But if you want more to it than that and you actually want a benefit, well, there are 15 new legendary items, as well as additional ship modules, and these include new front, rear and cockpit enhancements. The update also introduces Radiant grade legendary items, and these offer randomized attributes that add a layer of depth and variability to the modules that already exist, and these are a new type of legendary. And this is all pretty fantastic because after all, Everspace 2 is a looter shooter, let's not forget that. So when you finally destroy these beacons, as you can see on the screen right here, a whole load of loot will drop, and this will include some pretty basic items but also some pretty advanced equipment, including the reliquary, and that will contain some legendary item. So all of this then really does add a really nice extra layer to Everspace 2. It's already got a wonderful galaxy here in its different star systems, but as you enter them now, you'll be able to see other events actually going on, and this does add quite a significant challenge, keeping things fresh and interesting. Now additionally, with the Incursions update came the migration of Everspace 2 to the Unreal 5.3 engine, and this is perhaps the most technically significant aspect of the Incursions update, that's aside from the gameplay itself. Now this transition not only future-proofs the game, but also enhances its visual performance capabilities. Among the notable new features enabled by this upgrade are Lumen GI on DirectX 12, that's global illumination. So this is an optional setting for high-end PC users. Lumen GI, Lumen Global Illumination, provides dynamic global illumination and improves the reflections as well. So yeah, this is a nice visual upgrade. The game already looks really nice as it is. Additionally, there's some performance enhancements thanks to the introduction of NVIDIA's DLSS 3.5, as well as Intel XeSS. Oh, and let's not forget AMD FSR 3. And for those of you with 4000 series NVIDIA cards, we've got frame generation as well as reflex latency introduced. So yeah, this is really going to help with those frame rates. Now the update also contains a reworked photo mode. So if you love travelling around this gorgeous galaxy and taking some great screenshots, then this is really probably going to be right up your alley. And for those of you who like playing with a DualShock controller over on the PC, this is now natively supported by the game. So for me, Everspace 2 remains and continues to be an absolutely great space game. And you may have noticed on the footage in this playthrough, I actually recorded it all in first person mode in the cockpit. Many people always ask in the comments section whether or not the game actually contains a cockpit mode. So yes, now you can see it actually does. There's also a headlock feature. If you're playing in cockpit mode, just hold down the Alt key and you can look around with the mouse. Alternatively, if you use Track IR, that is also supported, which really does bring you right into the game. So there we have it, everything you need to know about the Incursions update. Do check out the link in the video description if you want to know more. Alternatively, check out this other video on the screen right now if you want to keep watching. Take care everyone, and I'll catch you next time.